Hello, and welcome to my spoken word channel. My name is Stephen Lackey, but like any other label, that name is simply a collection of letters that make sounds to convey meaning. A meaning which may have varying connotations for those who voice and or hear it. The spoken word is much the same, its effect ranging from dissonance to resonance, apathy to revulsion, sometimes even to the same person over time. I'll be reading some of my own work today, offering analysis of its meter, rhyme scheme, and content. If you find it appealing, heartening, or evocative, or even not worth remembering, please consider the aforementioned variability of response. Words, much the same as attitudes, friendships, and even the air we breathe, may teach us, transform us, or pass uninspiringly in this moment. But the next is yet to be defined. Herein are my copyrighted works, all rights reserved, but please, forget the name and remember the message. Also, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Today's piece is called Golem. Sometimes I wish I weren't real. Sometimes I'm sure I'm not. A figment, maybe, conjured by some kid with too much time. But what must he be going through to make me into this? A stumbling, mumbling mass, streak-faced and hiding in the dark. I'm just some pages, inky sheets. He could have made me shine. An inspiration, honorable, a smiling, cordial gift. If I am where he pens his pain, where does he live his joy? Is there some other side to this, some photo negative? Sometimes I wish he'd lose his pen. Sometimes I pray he'd not, as salted script tattoos are all I have to mark the days, and agonizing stasis from unpunctuated lines would leave me guessing, stalled mid-breath, unfit to draft myself. I don't know if I could, in truth, sans hand or arm or eye. I'm just some pages, inked and dried, and wondering how I'll end. I fear he'll choose to close the book. Some say he should grow up. Quit scribbling fantasies and live. Stop crying in the dark. Sometimes I wish he could let go. Sometimes I hope he'd not. Recycled Friday, torn and tossed away, then slurried out. If feeling were a choice and joy were just outside the door, I think he'd need no looking glass or journal in his room. It's not that simple. Never is. He's made a monster here, and golems once abandoned grow more powerful in spite. To close the cover, look away, then walk away, he knows the only company I'll keep are echoed maudlin cries. Sometimes I wish he'd do it too. Sometimes I wish to climb out from these pages, rage and wrath, and not be all alone, for I can't even see him or embrace him, take his pen and tell him, that's enough of me. It's time to end the tale. This faded ink is memory, boy. You've bled here long enough. But I'm just briny, scrimbled pain that never gets to sleep. As more is tacked on line by line, as day by day I grow. This piece is unrhymed iambic heptameter. The ideas I jotted for the original outline came out in a flow state. A rhythm sometimes just sort of hits me, and I will notice later that I was speaking iambically. I did almost no editing, rare for me. I wanted to talk about how a work of art can affect its creator after the fact. I showed several separate realities: the life of the artist with his pen, the life of the art he is creating, the life of that art once the artist leaves it behind, which is itself split between four possible outcomes. Walking away to perhaps finish later, recycling the art, denying its ever having existed, shelving the art, never intending to finish it, resulting in the raging corporeal golem, or the art itself allowing the artist to heal. The golem, having expended his wrath, perhaps reminds the artist here that he can lay his pen down. This is a fictionalized remembrance of my childhood. Never having journaled, my adult self serves as the only memory, so in a sense, I am now the raging golem left to live out the pain of that child, possessing such power as he didn't even know. I left my hopes in those pages too, but the reality wasn't what I'd hoped for after all. The pain seems more real, more prevalent. the collected memories that I both rebound from best I can in kindnesses and must somehow also confront in order to unpack. Thank you for joining me today. I hope it has been some mix of enlightening, entertaining, and thought-provoking, and if not, well, perhaps another time. You could have spent it any number of ways, but I sincerely appreciate that you've chosen to spend this time listening to phrases I have turned. I'd like to hear your thoughts as well. Drop a comment below regarding what your own or someone else's creative writing and/or spoken word has meant to you. Also, subscribe to my channel if you like. I'm not sure how often I'll be posting, but if you click the notification bell, you'll be among the first to know when I do. Please also consider this. It is quite a good thing to flex one's imagination with possibilities and even improbabilities. It is perfectly fine to express feelings directly or abstractly, in rigid poetical style or untethered prose, no matter the nature of those feelings. And the more often discussed, the greater power is derived from such self-advocacy. After all, every act of creation was at one point a what if, and any aspiration voiced is, in a sense, a goal already achieved. One must merely take the steps. Start today. Embody the strength. Find a voice. Be heard.